Let's get right into it. Number 5. Onion sock magic. Imagine waking up feeling like your sinuses have staged a riot, your throat is arguing with your lungs, and your entire face is acting like it wants to detach and start a new life somewhere warmer. You drag yourself to the kitchen, desperate for help, and your grandma hits you with the most ancient spell of all time. Put onions in your socks. Sounds ridiculous, right? Like something a medieval blacksmith would prescribe before bleeding you with leeches. But here's the twist. Medical researchers have actually poked this one with the scientific stick, and shockingly, it didn't fall apart. When you slap sliced onions against the bottom of your feet, you're basically turning your socks into a tiny spa that releases sulfur compounds, those same, eye-stinging molecules that make you cry like you're watching your childhood dog leave for college. These compounds can pass through the skin, which is surprisingly porous. Your body is basically a giant leaky bag pretending to be solid, and they have mild antimicrobial effects. Now, does this cure the flu? No. If onions could cure everything, hospitals would smell like burger joints. But studies show these sulfur compounds can reduce inflammation and may help loosen mucus. Translation, your sniffly mess of a body gets a tiny boost, and suddenly grandma looks like she's been running a shadow medical school out of her kitchen for decades. So while it won't replace actual medicine, it might make you feel just functional enough to stop contemplating whether life is worth living with clogged nostrils. Basically, your feet become a discount humidifier powered by salad ingredients. Grandma. 1. Skepticism. 0. Number 4. Ginger belly rescue. Picture this. You're lying on the couch with a stomach that's decided to reenact a violent uprising. Every gurgle sounds like an ancient sea monster trying to claw its way out. You're sweating. You're regretting every life choice since breakfast. And then, in walks Grandma with the confidence of a doctor who skipped med school and went straight to tenure. Choose some ginger, dear. Of course you roll your eyes. Because what is ginger really? A spicy root? A sushi sidekick? Something people put in juice because they want to feel healthier than they actually are. But here's the wild part. Medical studies have actually backed her up. Ginger is basically the bouncer of your digestive system. It kicks out nausea, settles rebellious stomach muscles, and calms the internal drama. Scientists discovered that ginger contains compounds like gingerol and shogal, fancy names for the stuff that tells your stomach to shut up. These compounds interact with receptors in your gut and your brain, helping reduce nausea signals, whether it's motion sickness, morning sickness, or I shouldn't have eaten street food this late sickness. Ginger has your back, and it gets better. Ginger doesn't just settle your stomach, it helps your digestion speed up, like your belly finally clocking in for work instead of scrolling on its phone in the bathroom. Clinical trials found it's almost as effective as some anti-nausea meds, but without the side effect of turning you into a drowsy potato. So yeah, the spicy root your grandma made you chew like a guilty goat is actually legit. Your stomach calms down, your dignity returns, and grandma stands in the doorway nodding like she just watched the universe prove her right again. Basically, your digestive system stops throwing a fit, and ginger is the friend who tells it to sit down and behave. Number 3. Honey healing logic. You know that feeling when you cough so hard your soul tries to escape your body? The kind of cough that makes strangers look at you like you're patient zero in the next apocalypse? That's when grandma appears, wielding a jar of honey like it's the Holy Grail. Take a spoon of this, she says, as if your throat is about to sign a peace treaty. Now you might assume honey is just bee-flavored sugar. Delicious, yes. Medicinal? Questionable. But science actually teamed up with grandma on this one and said, yeah, she's got a point. Medical studies have shown that honey isn't just a sweet, sticky goo, it's a mini pharmacy made by insects with anger issues. It contains hydrogen peroxide, antioxidants, and natural antibacterial agents. Basically, it's the Wolverine of food. Researchers found that a spoonful of honey can soothe your throat better than some over-the-counter cough syrups, especially for kids. It coats your throat like a warm, sweet blanket and calms down that scratchy irritation that makes you sound like you're trying to start a lawnmower with your voice. And because honey is thick, slow, and clingy in a way you actually want, it stays on your throat longer than those watery syrups that disappear faster than your motivation on Monday morning. The result? Fewer coughing fits, less throat drama, and slightly fewer existential crises. But the best part is how it makes your whole upper respiratory system chill out. Honey reduces inflammation and helps kill some bacteria. It's not going to defeat a full-blown infection. Don't fire your doctor and hire a hive, but it can help you sleep without coughing every 12 seconds. So when grandma hands you that golden spoonful with the confidence of someone who's been right since the dawn of time, she's not guessing. Science literally had to test it and go, yeah, alright, she wins. Basically, honey tells your throat to stop acting like a diva and just relax already. Number 2. Saltwater Sorcery. There's nothing quite like waking up with a sore throat so aggressive it feels like you swallowed a handful of angry sandpaper. Your voice is gone, your mood is ruined, and every swallow feels like your esophagus is filing a complaint. You're ready to Google, do humans actually need throats? When grandma steps in with the ultimate zero-budget remedy, gargle warm salt water. Salt water, that's it. The same stuff you accidentally choke on at the beach and instantly regret. But here's where things get delightfully weird. Science actually said, yep, that works, and then went about its day like it didn't just confirm a medieval home hack. When you gargle warm salt water, you're basically creating a hostile environment for bacteria, like turning your throat into a tiny, salty desert where germs go to rethink their life choices. The salt draws fluid out of swollen tissue through osmosis, a fancy word for nature's way of squeezing water out like your throat is a wet sponge. This reduces inflammation and helps flush out mucus, which means less pain, less scratchiness, and fewer coughs threatening to eject your lungs. Medical studies show saltwater gargling can even reduce the chance of respiratory infections. It's like your grandma somehow understood microbiology without ever touching a textbook. Meanwhile, you're standing at the sink gargling like a confused walrus, wondering why this actually feels kinda good. But the best part is how quickly it works. The relief isn't magic, it's physics. Salt breaks up thick mucus, helps neutralize the pH in your throat, and discourages bacteria from throwing a house party back there. Within minutes, your throat stops feeling like it's being dragged across a gravel road. Sure, it tastes awful, it's warm, it feels like you're sipping rejected ocean soup, but afterward, your throat is suddenly less dramatic, like it just needed a moment to calm down and sip its emotional support tea. Basically, saltwater gargling is the cheapest therapy session your throat will ever get. Simple, effective, slightly gross, and exactly what Grandma knew would work all along. Number 1. Chicken soup science. Some days your whole body decides to malfunction like a cheap phone. You're shivering, sweating, sniffling, and questioning every choice you've ever made. You curl up like a depressed burrito, and there she is, Grandma, holding a steaming bowl of chicken soup like she's presenting the cure for all human suffering. Eat, she says. No explanation, no instructions, just eat. And of course, you assume it's just comfort food, something warm, nostalgic, and liquid enough to swallow without your throat declaring war. But then medical researchers wandered into this ancient grandma ritual and said, hold on, there's something going on here. Chicken soup isn't just soup, it's basically edible health tech. Studies found that it can reduce inflammation in your upper respiratory tract. The broth helps thin mucus, making it easier to breathe, while the warmth increases the movement of mucus through your nasal passages. Translation: your nose, which previously behaved like a clogged drain, suddenly remembers its actual job. Then there's the chicken itself, which contains an amino acid called cysteine. When heated, it releases compounds that act similarly to some cold medications, helping your body break down mucus faster. So yes, there is literally a molecule in Grandma's soup doing superhero work while you're slurping and feeling sorry for yourself. The vegetables, they're not just there for color or for Grandma to remind you that you never eat enough greens. They add vitamins, electrolytes, and antioxidants to support your immune system. Carrots, onions, celery, they're like tiny health ninjas sneaking into your bloodstream to beef up your defenses. Even the aroma helps. Warm steam opens up your airways, which is why you suddenly go from, I can't breathe, to, why do I feel like I just got upgraded to premium lungs? And the best part? The psychological effect. Chicken soup makes you feel cared for, and that alone can help reduce stress hormones that make your immune system sluggish. Grandma wasn't just feeding you, she was emotionally hacking your biology. So yeah, turns out chicken soup is basically a homemade anti-inflammatory, decongestant, hydration system, vitamin delivery mechanism, and emotional support potion all in one bowl. Grandma wasn't guessing, she was practicing culinary medicine before it was cool. Your body warms up, your sinuses chill out, and your cold finally decides to pack its bags. Basically, chicken soup is the closest thing humanity has to a grandmother-approved potion of life. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.